When did quick thinking save your life? I was driving home from my shift at the hospital. 12 hours on my feet as an ER nurse will drain anyone. My usual route was under construction, so I took the back roads through farm country. The radio was playing some forgettable pop song, and I was mentally cataloging what I needed from the grocery store. That's when I saw it, a glint of metal in my peripheral vision. I didn't even consciously process what was happening. My hands just jerked the wheel hard to the right as a pickup truck blasted through the stop sign, missing my driver's side door by inches. The movement was so violent that my coffee tumbled across the passenger seat, splashing everywhere. My car skidded onto the gravel shoulder, narrowly avoiding the ditch. Heart hammering, hands shaking, I sat there trying to catch my breath. Holy shit, I whispered to the empty car. The truck never stopped. Maybe they didn't even notice how close they'd come to killing me. I sat there for 5 full minutes, waiting for my pulse to return to something resembling normal. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept replaying those seconds in my mind. What if I'd been changing the radio station? What if I'd been a split second slower to react? The what-ifs circled like vultures. My husband rolled over at 2 a.m., squinting at me in the dark. You still awake? That truck would have hit me directly in the driver's side door, I said, staring at the ceiling. At that speed, he reached for my hand, but it didn't. But it almost did. Almost doesn't count, he said, squeezing my fingers. Your brain did exactly what it was supposed to do. I nodded in the darkness, but the feeling lingered. A week later, I was back on that same route. Construction was still ongoing on the main highway. As I approached that intersection, my hands tightened on the wheel. My body remembered. I slowed down considerably, scanning in all directions. Nothing. Just empty crossroads and golden fields stretching to the horizon. I exhaled, feeling foolish for my anxiety. That's when I noticed the small wooden cross on the opposite corner. I pulled over, drawn to it without really understanding why. It was fresh. The flowers laid against it still vibrant, the wood unweathered by seasons. A small laminated photo showed a smiling woman about my age. The date marked on the cross was 3 days after my near miss. My stomach dropped as I realized what I was looking at. Someone else hadn't been as lucky at this intersection. Someone else hadn't reacted in time. I called the county traffic department that afternoon, explained what had happened to me, what I'd seen. The woman on the phone sighed. That's the 3rd accident at that intersection this month, she said. We've been pushing for a traffic light, but budget cuts. It's a death trap, I said, my voice stronger than I expected. The sight lines are terrible with the cornfield there. I know, she said quietly. I'll add your report to the file. I wasn't satisfied. I called the local newspaper, then the county commissioner. I started a petition. 6 months and many bureaucratic battles later, that intersection had a proper traffic light.